What can go right when everything has gone wrong?
Today's friends are your tomorrow's network.
I'm gonna highlight that part.
I got my job through a career fair. If I need to stay in this country, the first part is not making money.
Yes.
Everybody wants to get to the shortcut route.
Yes.
Come here, earn in pounds and settle. They have so many people to work around. What are you doing differently to stand out?
Right.
That is the question.
And I was having a conversation with somebody, and I think remember that person saying, "Oh, I'm a kind of a homophobe." Now, saying that word as a homophobe in this country might not be acceptable in the cultural value, and people might not recruit you. Because if you see the recruitment policies of each and every company, they believe in DEI, okay? Diversity, equity, and inclusivity.
When you have a placement year, only if you finish your placement year, you get a job, you work, your degree is done. And if you don't find a job, neither you get the degree. Sorry, I think I messed that up.
That's okay.
My name is Radhika and I'm currently working as admissions officer.
My name is Preeti. I'm from Chennai. I came here as a student and currently I'm working as a career advisor in a college.
My name is Tanish. I was born in Lucknow. Sometimes it is more than the skills, your aptitude, your mindset, and your personality matters. Because I think most of us over here, we might have the right skill. We transfer, like what Preeti just said, she came from mechanical engineering. What Radhika just said, she comes from literature. But right now, I'm working as a lecturer, I have the skill. I worked in India. I'm using the skills which we all use in India, okay? What we did was, we transformed our head.
I'm sorry, I'm fashionably late. I'm Indian. So yes, like I told you, out of 120 students who studied with me, say 100 people graduated. And then I would say most of the people have got their jobs, their full-time jobs, and out of that there is something very important called sponsorship.
Yes.
And landing to that,
Yeah.
I would say is the most tricky part.
What I have believed in and what we all believe in, it's everyday task for us to keep on learning new things in the UK. Second of all, we have to compete not just with the UK market, we are competing in an international market. Because when you come to the UK or specifically London, you are not just here and you are not just meeting white people. Okay, so when I came in, if I had not chosen that 2 years MBA with business analytics with a placement year, I wouldn't have gotten an opportunity where I could try and test myself in a market which could give me multiple of opportunities.
Hello everyone, welcome to Study Abroad with Piyush, and we have a whole gang of rock stars here with us today. We are in Westcliff Mall in London, and they've made a way here from all over London and Bradford. Yes, yeah. So guys, please make sure that you watch this video till the end. We're going to be talking about how do you build your career in UK. If you want to be part of the education industry, and we're going to be covering various types of job profiles, including teaching, administrative, recruitment, and different roles that these guys are going to be sharing all their insights about. Now I'm going to be switching to a different mode where I'm going to be focusing on them because I'm not so important, but today they are the heroes. So thanks for everybody for joining, and we are going to be talking about how do you build a career in the UK. And if you want to stay connected with us, subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more. So let's get started.
Hi everyone, so my name is Preeti. I'm from Chennai, just a little girl who came here with loads of dreams. So I came here as a student and currently I'm working as a career advisor. So I studied in University of Greenwich.
At University of Greenwich, and
Yes.
where are you working now?
So I'm working in a college called CECOS. So I work for admissions. So I recruit students for the college.
Brilliant, that's fantastic. And just tell us a little bit about what were you doing in Chennai? Where did you study? What did you do in your undergrad?
So yes, dating back to the Chennai days, I think I did my schooling and I studied biology, maths, and then I chose engineering, and then I came here for MBA. So completely different streams. But I think that's the reason why I'm here today.
Yeah. No, I'm a fellow engineer MBA, so nothing wrong with that. I hope so, at least.
I wanted to switch my career from being technical to the administrative field. So I think that's the reason.
Right. And what
switched
engineering did you do?
So I did EC, Electronics and Communication.
And which university?
That was from Anna University. Basically, it's PEC.
No, Anna University, everybody
Yeah.
knows. Yeah. You're from a top university. Yeah, brilliant. And you went to University of Greenwich. Which course did you pursue?
So I did MBA in International Business.
MBA in International Business. And which year did you graduate, Preeti?
I graduated 2023. So I came here more than 4 years ago, 2021, and
So you had a 2-year program.
yes. So the first year was study, and the second year was an internship program.
Internship program. We're going to talk more about that.
Definitely.
Let's move on to the lady from Bradford.
Hi, my name is Radhika, and I'm currently working as admissions officer in CECOS College. Basically, I'm from Delhi, and I came in UK in 2022, and studied in University of Greenwich. I finished my MBA last year.
Last year.
Yeah.
All right. And you also did a placement year.
Yes, I did placement year as well.
Right.
It was a 2-year course. So first year was studies, and then second year was
Was an intern.
placement year.
Was a placement year. And so that seems like a good trend. 1 year in placement. That's fantastic. And tell us a little bit about your life back in India. What did you do?
Okay, so back in India, in Delhi, I was in my bachelor's. I studied bachelor's of English honors. I'm a literature student basically.
Wow.
I used to write, and I still write. So I did that in from SJT University, which is in Gurgaon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And of course, I think this is a country for the writers.
Yeah.
I was in Oxford, and every author I knew, and my limited knowledge was from there. So
Yeah,
phenomenal
literature.
that you get to be here in UK. And what role are you in right now, Radhika?
Okay, so right now I'm an admissions officer, and Preeti, she's my senior.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I when I joined CECOS College, I was an academic coordinator. Then I shifted to attendance officer, and right now I am admissions officer
Admissions officer at CECOS
at
College.
CECOS College. Yeah.
Brilliant. And now we have the man who helped us organize this all. Yeah.
Hi there, everybody. How is everyone? Hi, my name is Tanish. I was born in Lucknow, but I was raised in both Delhi and Lucknow actually. So a little bit of my background. I did my bachelor's in bioinformatics, which I did from Amity University, Noida. Everybody knows about it. And then I actually worked in Bangalore. I worked in Mumbai. I was scientific officer, which I was working for the rare disease and cancer genetics. And then later on, I decided to have a notch of my entrepreneurial journey. So I did a small business pan India with my mom. So we did a designer, like she had a designer store, but I scaled up. I actually helped her to scale up the businesses. And then later on, I decided, what should I do now? So at this stage, I was in a way choosing between the science and between the business. And I decided to go for an MBA in business analytics. I think that aligned more with my bachelor's, like in a way that I did bioinformatics. And I was more analytical. And I was like, I always love logic behind things and creativity. So, and business is all about that. If you apply logic with creativity, I think you can scale up anything in this world. And when I came to the UK back in 2020, I think what I was doing, I did my MBA. I completed, and that was a very harsh year, to be honest. We all hit the COVID, and the COVID was quite jarring, but I took that opportunity. Actually, in a life, what I believe in, anything could be an opportunity. And when I used COVID as an opportunity to complete my education and get back to the working sector, I have never decided about that. What should I do now? So I do not know what made me choose education field. I think there was my professor who kind of guided me through, but it was kind of interesting. So I started working. What you just listened from Radhika and Preeti, I was working in marketing and recruitment. I was recruiting students, and then later on, I think it was one of my, colleague, his senior colleague, I would say. His name is Saeed Jaffrey. So he recommended me to CECOS. I started my lecturing experience from there. So I never knew that I had the flair to teach as well. But that experience actually shaped me to the person who I am right now. And I'm also teaching for Birmingham Newman University. So it's a partnership college, okay? So it's been 2.5 years and it's going great, to be honest. So I really enjoy that. So yeah, that is what it is. So right now I'm sitting with Piyush, as you can see, and I'm just sharing my journey with all of you. Thank you so much.
So guys, if you had a professor who looked like that, I don't know what you would be studying in class, right? But yes, I think that's fantastic. Thank you, Tanishq and Radhika and Preeti for that fantastic introduction. We are three of us. I've never done this before, to be talking to three fantastic people at the same time. So we go one by one, right? We start with Preeti. So Preeti, I think the key question that our students want to understand is, how do you see the job market in the UK right now? And how do you see the education industry? I think the universities are also coming under a lot of pressure. There are new regulations coming under the white paper. How do you feel the opportunities in the space of education especially in the role that you are in?
So I think the current market right now, there used to be a trend that everybody comes to the UK, gets a job, earns in pounds, and all of that. I think that has become harder now, because the days when we used to come, we had many opportunities here. Like we had career fairs and then all of that, and most of the time we used to be in or the career fairs, or like what do you call, like networking events and all the stuff. So the probability of getting a job compared to now is to the past is I would say like we just discussed. So basically when I came here, so we had to for a job we had to compete with almost like 300 students. So I think that has doubled now. So for 600 students of the people coming now need to compete with another 600 students in that case.
So absolutely, I think the number of students has gone up.
Yep.
So the opportunities probably have
gone
not.
less, yeah.
So the competition has doubled since you guys were there. And of course, I think as Tanish said, he came during COVID. So he was one of those really crazy ones who, who were willing to risk it all, so...
No, I think I also
You also came?
I also
Oh,
came.
okay.
I think yes, if I'm right, I took the last flight before the lockdown,
Lockdown.
and then there was a whole lockdown, and the next
Uh,
we didn't have for the next intake was very quiet.
Right.
The September intake. I
so
would
so
say.
you are saying that the competition is almost doubled.
Yes.
And what do you think about the education industry in specific?
The education industry, I would say it's a long persistent industry. For example, education has been throughout, and it's very active in all times. It's not like any startup that would go down or anything like that. People will obviously keep on studying. So it's a very persistent industry, but to sustain in that industry, it really takes a lot of effort, that I would say. Because if you are in a technical job, or if you are in a technical job, your expertise is your skills, your technological skills. But when you are in a management sector or in an administration sector, you need to really prove yourself that you're equal to the locals over here.
Right.
So why would they prefer?
Yes, that's very, very important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why would they prefer someone from a different country to work in an administration sector in the UK? So you need to make sure that you justify to that question, and then I think that's what I would say.
So moving to you, Radhika, I mean, what is your opinion on how have things changed? You have come after both of these guys. You feel you had a tougher time, and you think students now have even a tougher time. What is your outlook on the job market in UK?
Okay, so according to me, when I came to the UK, I was working in Costa, and then
First, you were working in
Costa
Costa Coffee.
Coffee, yeah. So after that, I moved to betting industry. I was assistant sales manager in Betfred, and then I found this one in a placement year. So I would say if you have a placement year, it's really hard to find placements and internships, because it's unlike India. There are no campus placements or anything, so it's really hard. And if you did not find placement or anything, you have to cancel your placement year.
Right.
So this is one of the things that I found after coming here, and then there was no one who used to guide me there back in India.
Just because you have a placement
Just because,
here
yeah.
doesn't mean that you
Yeah.
get a job.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I was lucky, or maybe I was keep on trying, I was keep on applying, networking and everything. That make me like I found CECOS after that.
What I'm trying to understand is, would you still recommend for students to come with placement year?
I would say not really, because it's like uncertain if you find it or not. It's totally up to you. That I would suggest do not take a placement year.
But that gives you one less year of working, right?
Yeah, but still you will get 2 years of PSW as well right now. But in future, I don't know what will be the rules.
yeah. I think we are recording right now
Yeah,
where
sure.
the white paper is still not fully.
So I wanted to add something regarding the placement year. So basically, the placement year is a part of a degree. I think I went through a rough time, because when you have a placement year, only if you finish your placement year, you get a job, you work, your degree is done. And if you don't find a job, neither you get the degree. So that's the challenge in that. So everybody aims that you have an additional year, you can have more time. But this was one more challenge that most people wouldn't be knowing regarding
So what
this.
happens if you don't get a job? You don't get your degree?
Yes. For example, if you have applied for an MBA, you would be graduating with an MSc, not as masters. But the placement year is really useful if you really want to get a full-time job. That's the experience that you will be learning, that would take you forward to your next job. But finding the placement is the crucial factor.
So it's a tricky thing to do. It's not a simple answer. Yes.
Yeah. And on top of that, like for example, you've completed your placement year, and after that, you have to make one report. And if you're passing that report, only then you will be getting your degree. Because they stuck me, to be honest.
Okay.
So I'm the personal experience.
I think they are all the best examples
but
of what can go wrong and
what
what can
can-
go right.
Yes. What can go right when everything has gone wrong?
Hashtag.
Brilliant. And moving to you, Tanish, quick thoughts on what's your outlook on the UK job market right now?
Okay, so at this current moment, I would say the UK job market is testing people in a very different way, I would say. So, firstly, as an Indian or as any international student, you have to compete with the culture. Okay, you have to have that understanding that you might come to this country, you might bring certain values, and you might bring certain skills, but it is always about upskilling and upculturing in a way, if that is a word. Okay, what I have believed in and what we all believe in, it's everyday task for us to keep on learning new things in the UK. Second of all, we have to compete not just with the UK market, we are competing in an international market.
Right.
Because when you come to the UK or specifically London, you are not just here and you are not just meeting white people, you're meeting talented black people, you're meeting talented Latin Americans, you're meeting talented Europeans. And just imagine when a city has an average IQ of above 90, I think is between the range of 90 to 100 is 95. If I'm wrong, the facts, you can check the facts actually. But just imagine your IQ and your understanding for to do your day-to-day living is a bit of a journey for you. So when I talk about the placement market now, it does add an opportunity. Okay, so when I came in, if I had not chosen that 2 years MBA with business analytics with a placement year, I wouldn't have gotten an opportunity where I could try and test myself in a market which could give me multiple of opportunities. So, just for an example, when I came in, I worked as a part time in a door to door. Okay, now doing door to door in India is quite different than doing door to door in the UK. UK people are receptive. UK, they understand it. I still remember those times, and I was telling to Radhika and Preeti, I think I still remember that time. I was doing it in the harsh winters. I was wearing 7 layers, okay, cloth. The winds were freezing, and I sometimes couldn't even find places to pee even, because UK, when you come to the UK, there are very less pee spots, okay?
And you get a fine if you do it the India way.
So you have to find your Indian way to do things. But anyways, that kept me going. You have to be very strong-headed at those levels actually. So I would say, why not? Why not? If you have that grit, if you have that talent, if you think that passion can add value to your success, and you want to try something different in your life, go for it. I don't think so. Anytime opportunity, people always. I think there's a thing which I don't understand about people. Oh, I have got 1 year. I have got 2 years. So when you say 1 year, you have got 52 weeks. Is that right? And if you break that 1 year down to 52, and then the days, and then and the hours, you've got majority of hours. Okay, you might have to compromise on your sleep sometime. You might have to compromise on that food to have that 3 course meal. You might not have the 3 course meal. You might have 1 course meal. But are you brave enough? Are you brave enough to keep your head high and to keep fighting for the day you want that opportunity to work out for you? I don't think so. That's like in this world, like you were telling Piyush right now. I think it depends on your mentality, it depends on your skills, and it depends on the things and experiences which you have. You should not come here with a closed mind. You should not be afraid of I'm giving an example. Okay, since this is going as a Pride Month in the UK. Okay, and I was having a conversation with somebody, and I think remember that person saying, "Oh, I'm a kind of a homophobe." Now, saying that word as a homophobe in this country might not be acceptable in the cultural value, and people might not recruit you. Because if you see the recruitment policies of each and every company, they believe in DEI, okay, diversity, equity, and inclusivity. If you can't have your understanding of diversity, equity, and inclusivity, then you might be good back in India, where you are working in a very close structure. You might be working in a very close environment of the people. So be that person. If you're coming to the UK, if you're coming to the international market, you might have to maybe put down your thinking in a box right now and accept the new culture. Then only you can see the transformation. Otherwise, the transformation is you're not transforming yourself. So more than the skills, sometimes it is more than the skills. Your aptitude, your mindset, and your personality matters. Because I think most of us over here, we might have the right skill. We transfer, like what Preeti just said. She came from mechanical engineering. What Radhika just said, she comes from literature. But right now, I'm working as a lecturer. I have the skill. I worked in India. I'm using the skills which we all use in India. Okay. What we did was we transformed our head. We transformed our culture. We transformed our mindset. So mindset is a very important thing in today's time. I think skill will come through. You will learn, keep learning. Right now we are in the AI sector. Everybody's learning about AI. Everybody's knowledgeable. Everybody, if you see, I don't find people who are not knowledgeable. If I ask, even Piyush, if I ask you a question about, can you tell me what is the DNA? You might not be able to tell, but you can literally search up everything about DNA and what is CRISPR, what is this. So it doesn't matter. You can apply that skill very easily. And nobody in the manager, even you as a founder of this company, you trust your employees. You give them time to do their best possible way, and everybody gives that. You should have the right mindset to apply. That's it. So yeah.
No, I think that's really important, guys. And being in the right frame of mind, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure to pay back the loans that you have taken, even from family. There's a lot of pressure in how you're going to be perceived when you get back to India. And I can understand that pain and that frustration when you might not be getting the right opportunity. Being in the right headspace is one very, very critical aspect. But if you want to go one step ahead, I want to understand, Preeti, coming back to you, your journey, talking about what do you believe you did differently than your peers? And just give us an example, like what percentage of your class actually is still in the UK because you graduated 2 years back. And that would translate into how many of people are actually successful in a certain, thought process. And what made you different?
Okay. I think this is really a hard time for me because I could see my fellow mates who studied with me literally going back to India. But I would say that, for example, in a class of 120 students, out of 120 students, I would say that 100 graduated. Say 100 graduated, 20 people who could not bear with the climate, and then all of that, they left home. Sorry.
That's all right. Everyone wants to greet Vatsalya. Hi, Vatsalya, how are you? Yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, please have a seat. So we have the fourth member to the
I got
party.
distracted.
Yeah,
Sorry for interrupting.
that's all right. But yeah, welcome, Vatsalya. Thanks for making it here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm fashionably late. I'm Indian,
Yeah. So we know who's the most important guest for the day. The VIPs come.
No, I actually got lost trying to find my way here.
No, that's all right. I'm not. That's the Indian way.
You can't blame me. It's in my genes.
But fantastic. So what we are just doing here is just having a good conversation, understanding from your experience, unlocking the knowledge that we can, and we'll get back to you once we finish with Preeti.
Of course.
Right?
All right. I'll hand over the mic back to Preeti.
Awesome, Preeti. So you were telling me about how did you get to crack that opportunity?
So yes, like I told you, out of 120 students who studied with me, 20 people didn't manage to graduate because of the harsh climate, the working conditions, and homesickness, and all of that. Say 100 people graduated, and then I would say most of the people have got their jobs, their full-time jobs, and out of that there is something very important called sponsorship.
Yes.
And landing to that,
Yeah.
I would say is the most tricky part, because you can apply for 50 jobs a day, they will give you the job, but when you ask for a sponsorship, hardly one company would be ready to sponsor. And that is very logical. They have so many people to work around. What are you doing differently to stand out?
Right.
That is the question. So this was the question we all had to face. You need to be in the right place in the right opportunity. Opportunities are there, but you need to be there. For that, the first thing that what I would say is that when everybody came here, so basically we all need a part-time job to pay our bills. So first 3 months I made sure I studied, I got into the syllabus, what is there, what is my future. So if I need to stay in this country, the first part is not making money.
Yes.
Everybody wants to get to the shortcut route.
Yes.
Come here, earn in pounds and settle.
Yeah.
But that I would say, like, instead of that, it's an investment. You come here, you study, you need to plan what do you want to do to sustain in this country. Only when you sustain in this country, you can earn more.
Right.
So the first path towards sustaining in a country is that you need to finish a degree. Finishing a degree is easy. You come, you study, you go, but that's not yet. To get a job, you need networks. How will you find your networks? The only way you will build networks is through friends. And then that's your first point of contact.
Yes.
Friends. So make sure that you have a wide circle. Just not stick with the people from where you come from. You have come here for the experience. So speak with people who speak different languages so that you know what the mindsets are, how the culture is here. And first 3 months you need to adapt to the culture, and you really need to know what do you want. Attend all the clubs, all the activities, what is going on there. Even you feel this club is not useful, they have many societies over here. For example, you have the dance society, the art society, because you never know what you're good at.
Right.
So once you're there in all these societies, this is a very good way to make friends and also build network. And one more thing, today's friends are your tomorrow's networks.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
You
And,
really need to keep that in mind.
I'm gonna highlight that part, and I'm gonna be talking about. I was sharing with all of these guys that exactly what was the common theme amongst everyone I'm planning to meet on this trip as part of this project, and networking is, I think, one of them. And I'm gonna talk about that, guys. But back to you, Radhika, getting you back in focus. What do you believe is that you did differently? Because you said that you failed and you were struggling in a lot of ways,
Yeah.
and yet you prevailed. What was it that you did?
Okay. So to be honest, I haven't done anything unique or different. But what I did is, as Preeti said, networking. I used to attend lots of career fairs, lots of job fairs, like outside the university as well. So that helped me to meet new people. Even I went to JP Morgan because our universities, we had a career mentor from there. So I meet new people. I went to EY. So like, it's not like I went for a job. I just went for networking to meet new people. So I think that was a different thing that I did. And because of the placement fair, I went to University of in my uni. Then there I met Preeti and everyone. So
You met Preeti at a career fair.
Preeti at a career fair, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so see, guys, career fairs are not useless. You make
So I
great
think,
friends.
that's how networking works. I got my job through a career fair.
Okay.
I got a job through a career fair, and I made sure that I wanted a good job. For example, like a white collar job. Getting a white collar job is very hard here. So I managed one of the, there was a university. So that's the reason I applied to a university. So that was kind of an internship here.
Right.
I moved across another college, and then I made sure that we got an internship. So the students over there, people from Greenwich.
Right.
So that's how networking works. So I made sure I took my HR to that college, and we recruited students from there. I think Radhika is one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, you are the perfect example of
So I
giving
got my
it back.
friends here.
Yeah. Guys, make friends with Preeti. Yeah. So, yes, my friend.
It's back to me.
Yes, it's back to you, and then we're gonna have a long chat with Vasalya. Yeah. What do you believe you did differently? That you are working as a lecturer,
Okay.
you are teaching. So,
Same as Vatsalya.
yeah. How did you land this opportunity, and what do you believe you did differently to be able to succeed?
Okay, so if I talk about being different, I think that has always been my go-to mantra. Okay, I think I've lived my life to do things which are kind of like not treaded a lot like by people, or something which people think this. For example, I tell you, okay, if I have to become a doctor, like you would do MBBS, a normal thing, and then I will pursue a career within the medical field. My entire life I have been like, I started off like, there was a time when, if you talk about back in India, we started off, you do your biology or maths and then you become an IIT or you go to that. I did try. I probably got into some private medical colleges and everything, but I thought, no, that's not my calling actually. So I chose different thing. At that time, I think back in 2013, bioinformatics was just kind of introduced, it was coming into the market, and then it all went through, and I chose that career because I wanted to enjoy biology and I wanted to learn biology through differently, and that is back in, I would say, a decade back. Okay, now coming to the right current aspect, what I did differently was to fit somebody's box and actually align with the values, because I think Preeti just said it's very important. If I have to be recruited by anybody, for example you as well, Piyush, okay, how can I fit your check boxes so that I am scalable, and second of all, I'm skillful enough so I can meet your levels and your standards. So this is what I kept my mantra in my life. Keep doing things, because if you want to stay in the job market, and this at this current moment, if we are talking about job market, it has kind of changed, and it is completely different. If I talk about 10 years back as well, it was very straightforward, as Radhika said, as Preeti said, like you had your career placements and everything. In the UK, it's not like that. Okay, you have to keep networking is one of the important thing. Second of all, understand what people actually want. A lot of times when we take the interview, I sometimes cannot believe that if I'm asking you a question and you're answering somewhere else. How? Why? You have to fill my shoe as well at that moment, because I'm here to recruit you. If I'm not able to answer your recruitment question, which means I'm not I'm not eligible. I'm not going to be in employment for a long time. Okay. So yeah, being different over here means you have to see what other people want. And if you have to open up your business, what kind of business are you thinking about? Are you thinking something different? Because right now, if you see social media, every kind of business is there. Okay, everything is there. I think yesterday I was having a conversation with another guy from India, and he said, I want to do something in hotel management, business, this and that. I said, choose your career. What actually is your aspiration? Because if you do not have that aspiration and passion, you would be good for
So
nothing.
what you're saying is like you need to be focused.
You can absolutely. You have to be focused. You have to understand yourself at first. You can't, like, it's from within to outside. So that is one.
So
thing.
tell me, how did you find about CECOS College, and how did you find about this opportunity?
Network. I was talking about, me and Preeti, we were working at CCCG College. From there, we got network. We got a tutor who was teaching for CECOS College, and he recommended us. He said, why not?
How did you get HEC College?
Huh?
How did you get the first college?
The first college, it was through through a professor. So within my network, I was studying in University of East London.
I've spoken to you a lot, so I know the story. That's why that's the story I'm trying to get.
But yeah, I think so. It's all, like you were mentioning about networking, right opportunity, and whether you have got the bandwidth in your head to actually see whether that is an opportunity or is it something. Because a lot of time, do you know what happens? People say, oh, it's not of my standard. Should I go for it or should I not go for it? You might not know your standard at the particular moment when you're in a very different country.
Guys, beggars are not choosers.
Yes,
when you
exactly.
don't have an opportunity right now, reject it once you have been accepted.
I would say to each and everybody, try. Do not stop trying. If I'm giving you an opportunity, you can test that opportunity same way I'm testing you. Okay? Give yourself some time. Don't just rush into things. Oh, I want to be become a manager. I can't be a manager on the day one. I have to show my skills to become a manager. Okay? Exactly. So do not undervalue things very quickly. Okay? And like we were talking about the cancel culture, okay? And we are talking cancel culture. People love canceling. Okay? So do not cancel your opportunities. Opportunity, you never know what opportunity leads to what opportunity leads to what opportunity. So it's just like it's a chain reaction. Yeah.
So our friend Tanishq, he is so talkative and so social. He got his first opportunity from his professor, who recommended him for his first opportunity, where from his tutor he got the second opportunity, and we now here talking to him. So guys, make sure you're talking to your faculty, your professors, and of course, don't think any opportunity is small, because right now you are still looking for one and you don't have any. Thank you, Tanishq,
Thank you.
for that wonderful insight. And coming to the lady of the day, Vatsalya. Hi.
Hi.
Now, we have not been properly introduced. So I'll just share a little bit about myself, and maybe that we're going to take it on camera. Why we are doing this, why we are here with all these folks, is simply because as an individual who helps students to come to different international destinations, I believe it's very important for me to know what's happening on ground. And this is something that we started last year. And we said that we're going to be visiting all the countries where our students are going to, talking to genuine, actual students, sharing your feedback, unfiltered, candid, gande se ganda, achhe se acha. And the aim is that the students that we are supporting should know the reality before they make their decision. And hence, that was the start of our channel, Study Abroad with Piyush. If you guys really want to, continue getting this information, subscribe to our channel, and we're going to be sharing a lot of this opportunities, a lot of this information with us.
If you found this useful, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel.